How to store basil. Are you curious about the best ways to keep basil fresh and flavorful? Basil is not just a delicious herb, it also has properties that may help manage inflammation. Let's look at how to store this wonderful herb so you can enjoy its benefits for longer. First, before you store basil, it is important to trim the stems. Cut them at a 45-degree angle. This simple step helps the basil absorb water more effectively. It also prevents the leaves from sitting too deep in the water, which can cause them to become soggy and discolored. Now let's talk about water storage. Place the trimmed basil stems in a jar or a vase filled with water. Make sure no leaves are submerged in the water. If the leaves touch the water, they can spoil quickly. For short-term storage, keep the jar at room temperature. Find a spot away from direct sunlight. This method can keep your basil fresh for about a week. To help maintain humidity, you can cover the jar loosely with a plastic bag. This will help keep the basil hydrated without trapping too much moisture. If you prefer refrigeration, you can also store basil in the fridge. Use a vase with water and cover it loosely with a plastic bag. However, be aware that refrigeration can sometimes cause the leaves to darken. It is a good idea to check on them regularly to ensure they are still fresh. For those who want to enjoy basil for a longer period, freezing is a great option. Simply puree the basil leaves with a bit of olive oil. Then, pour the mixture into ice cube trays and freeze. This way, you can have fresh basil flavor available year-round. To keep your basil in top shape, remember to change the water in the vase regularly. This helps prevent bacterial growth. Also, keep an eye out for any signs of spoilage, like darkening leaves or a sour smell. If you notice any affected leaves, remove them immediately to keep the rest fresh. By following these simple steps, you can store basil effectively. This allows you to incorporate it into your meals, supporting your health and well-being. Enjoy the flavor and potential benefits of basil in your cooking.